runs smoothly. You see, we have time when the train them delay and what have you, due to all sort of technicality, because you don't know already. You have people jumping at the line, you have electrical problem, you have all sorts of things that can happen. So you will have delays now and then. But we have proper bus service, proper train service, proper tram service, on time, display boards, apps where you can buy your sitting, where you can track your train, everything. Okay? But guess what we do have too? We have Uber, we have the electric scooter bike, something them, all of them that are on the road. You have bike, you have cars where you can rent, where they all bout park. You just go in it, upload on the app, your driver's license, and pay. If a 1 mile you drive, you pay for the 1 mile. But guess what we have in addition to that? We have a functioning taxi service. Proper people in a yellow cab. Right? So, guess what happened? When you have a society that is running properly, everybody can live and earn from them living and do it in a orderly and proper fashion. But guess what it takes? It takes planning. You see, if you're a taxi driver right now, I would say if you're a robot taxi driver and your area where you are work, right? You see say, boss, I go come in, come take over your thing. You know what you have to go do? You need a, if I was living in Jamaica right now, and me is a robot taxi man, and when me look and analyze and see, say the bus system, which is needed and necessary, every good country in the world have proper, on-time, dependable, clean public transportation service. You cannot have no prosperity and progression and no growth in a country where the people cannot move conveniently from point A to point B. Right? So if I was a taxi man, when me just have my one private car and me get up a morning time and me make school run and then me make another run and then when work done me make another run because me a hustle. You know what I would advise you to do? Put yourself together and go look at work with the government and go learn to go drive the bus. You see a taxi business, you can still do your taxi business, but you do a taxi business as your little extra hustle when you not drive bus. If I was a driver in a Jamaica right now, me would not seek to go drive one of them school bus there. That would not do, because guess what? The government of Jamaica currently is getting better at paying workers, right? You go pay your taxes. You go put yourself in a position now for you get a steady income because you work for the government. And guess what? You go pay a proper pension.
NHT2 for one house.
NHT2, you go get qualified, right?
Medical insurance.
Don't sit down and complain and talk about me can't ease up off a bus. That is small mind thinking. That is that is not seeking opportunity. That is not you putting in yourself in a position to be a part of a society that is developing. That is not you. If you sit down and a complain and say bus are coming, that means you're not ready for prosperity in the country where you live. You're not ready for progress.
Because of the hustling mentality where Michael man they brought them in.
Right?
Nobody no want nothing hardly.
But can I get an interjection? You see, Kizzy, Winston, let's look at how some of these people end up into the transport sector in terms of taxis and even the bus. Let's look at how they get into it. The sector that they were working in was broken down by the same PNP government. And the only option they had was to take the little money where they get a car with and buy a car and go into this hustling. And because of that, it is putting fear on this to leave the taxi work and go look at the work. They feel that this is the best thing that happened to them. But they must remind themselves that some of them were working before. Some of them is because of lack of job opportunity. There's a lot of different areas you can venture into.
Yeah, but Demi, me no want stray from the point of how them get into it, you know. Because we already all we know what how a lot of people get into this taxi business. I remember say enough taxi owners are police too, and other people, them buy taxi and then put it on the road as a second or a third hustle, right? But
So true.
the ones who are saying that they are drivers then, right? A driving work you like. You a driving work you like. You drive for your living. And if you have your own a taxi and you know say you depend on one route, right? Where the bus and maybe I go take away from your hustle. Because remember, you know, we live in a free movement society, you know. Nobody know have to go up on the bus, you know. All if the bus free, you know. People want to move how they want to move. Because I can tell you now, on a daily basis, me not interested if you take a bus if me not have to. Me not interested if you take a train if me not have to. Even though it is convenient and cheap. Sometimes I want to ride in a comfort by myself. Right? If you not drive yourself, then you can still say, you know, I want to move from here to go point A to point B. But me not in the hassle right now. Me call one taxi. So taxi man I go always have them job once them good, clean, respectful to people and value them customers. There will always be a person who go up out of taking the public transportation and willing to take a taxi. A man who go a party, you know want to go drive in a bus to go a party. You need one taxi depending on the location where the taxi there, cause he might go drink, so he can't drive himself. He might go need one. So you have to just provide a service. So if you hear one taxi man right now a ball about too much bus are coming, it's because him is a pea brain. And he not think future. He not think to maximize opportunities and potential. Remember, people in America have 2 and 3 jobs. We are getting to that stage in Jamaica where you can have your 2 and 3 job. When the fast food place them did have issues to get people to come work because the wages are too small, I started saying there's a lot of teenagers, right? Now Jamaica might have some labor laws too we soon need revised, because by right a 16-year-old teenager should be able to work. You have to introduce them to work from early, right? Them are go, yes, the government setting now we say they allowed to work 6 hours minimum a day, then collect this amount of money, and then can work certain hours a night or certain hours at the morning. So then can go earn too. So some of these minimum wage paying jobs where people cost about every day, adults or people who are skilled, now go do them. So there will be a gap. So that is how you find now. You find the young generation now who go university or in a high school, maybe then they are 6th form, they reach 18 already, then can work, but they hungry can work a little part-time job. They cannot work a full work hour or a full work week. So you make provision for them that they too can earn and become independent and get introduction to the working world. That is where they can gain a little experience. The taxi driver then need to go engage Darrell Vaz now and the JUTC and go look work for drive bus.
When you look back at China, China is the model of the 21st century. A country where the whole world, the World Bank, the IMF, every institution now is analyzing. China was a predominantly agricultural society. Somebody please mute. Yeah, thank you. Right? But when China decided to open up and start to become the manufacturing giant of the world, the government have to implement laws to move the labor from out of the rural era into the urban era to provide the labor. So what I'm trying to say is that for a country to move forward, our people have to learn to embrace change. Not because you are a small farmer for 20 years or 30 years. The time will come where one big conglomerate company will come and squeeze you out. So it basically sometimes you have to end up work with that company. That's how other countries develop, right? When Amazon just coming about in the United States, the first industry that they target was book library. You know how many thousands of library and publishing company in America, Amazon, becomes obsolete and people were forced to join. Did it make America worse? No, because what happened? Amazon now could be able to sap up all of these labor. But what them do, then get rid of the competition. We have to learn these things. We are living at the age of information. Everybody have a smartphone. Why is it that we can learn and adapt from how other country develop and becomes rich? What Kizzy is saying, she's absolutely correct. You believe in a hustling and the taxi system where we run at Jamaica, a cutthroat business. One man want to make 20,000 for the day while the other taxi man no make a trip. And he want to do that 7 days a week. We no want nothing to do orderly. So I am saying, if you find yourself now where your livelihood is being squeezed out because the orderly system is coming in, join the system. And sometimes it works out better for you because now you will be properly trained, so you become more marketable. You have a pension to collect. You're listed now if you can get a housing trust house. You have medical insurance, etc., etc., etc. We have to learn these things and understand these things, my people. It is the only way that Jamaica will go forward. Our chaka system that we presently have will not take us anywhere more than disorder and chaos. And it is time for us now to buy in the vision. Don't follow Mark Golding and Peter Bunting, who want to continue to keep us as a banana republic and the laughing stock of the world. That will only cause us to be poor and full of violence. Because dog name dog.
The PSOJ is recommending Mr. Pang bring it up, and I hear people talking about it. I'm hear people are cussing already too. First of all, when you have a developing country and it's doing well, your economy is doing well, and you're able to pay people the correct or right wage, you don't have to target no one nation to come work for you. I am not in agreement with the PSOJ about suggesting no Asian, right? I don't agree with that. There are, me hear the Prime Minister say, you have mostly 200,000 people who need to get into the workforce, right? The Prime Minister know the statistics and know the numbers. You see like how Jamaicans flock and run from Jamaica and go other small islands, go work, I guarantee you guys that when our economy and when our country is able and in a situation where people can work and see them way out, people will return home and people will not be flocking to go to no other little country or not even big countries. We will have persons who will come to our country to work once they can live from the wages.
If they were getting the pay that
they're getting now, she wouldn't have.
Right.
Yes, you were there, Demi. You did listen.
Yes, ma'am.
So that alone tells me, and I know. Listen, guys. Me tell you this. Me say it all the while for lives, and some people might not like it, but me tell you the truth. Enough Jamaican they are foreign a box shit out of ag mouth. You me tell you? The reason why enough of them not come back, a shame. Enough of them not come back because of shame. But there are many Jamaicans. Sometimes you hear some Jamaican tell you their story, how they sleep and grow and live harder, her life harder foreign. If they know, guarantee that if they decide to come back home, no shame none of them game, because Jamaica people not down there dead for hungry and nobody now suffer, right? And they can be able to come back with a one small amount of money and take it and turn it and have a successful business because the economy is doing well. So everybody a win. Trust and believe, you'll be surprised to know how much people come back home with a different mindset because then go see say no way no better than yard. You understand? do then 2 job and then 3 job. Right? Once they can get flexible hours and earn them good money. I not talk about no targeting of no one country. But you cannot sit down and about government a develop country, me I lose my hustle. That a worthless people mentality. And if me or one taxi man attack that, in the perfume one. Me know people will reach out and say they want to drive the bus. And if you is a driver, you know want to go drive one of them bus for the government, then something wrong with you.
On the propaganda when the youth and brought down Mr. Edward Siaga. And Jamaica has missed out on something great. Will not happen this time around with Andrew Wallace. When you are saying that Andrew Wallace had the grip of what the other minister, you have a Darrell Vaz who control the Minister of Energy and Transportation and Technology, doing very well. You have a Flavor Williams. You have a Dana Morrison. You have a Pernell Charles Jr. You have a Chris Tufton. There are so much minister that is mastering their ministry and doing well. Even the Minister of Industry and Trade. Maybe this ministry is kind of silent because many people don't listen to him. Arbin Hill. But this man, do you know that this minister, for the first time in 50 years, is able to cut the trade balance? Where you come from? Where you really come from? You think that this is the days when we depend on TVJ and JBC radio to tell you crap and we believe that anything the radio station say a gospel? We are living at the era of technology and information, sir. And then everybody at Jamaica is blind anymore. You understand? That ministry is doing exceptionally well. Maybe secretly, but it's doing well. The man is encouraging companies to manufacture and export so we can cut our trade balance, which is very important. When we cut our trade balance, our foreign exchange will under less pressure. Our dollar will devalue less because we're exporting more to earn more foreign currency. It's obvious, sir.
Program,
It's obviously that your head is where your backside should have been.